Man, I miss Stallion P. He was such a beautiful man.
Hang on, I need a tripod.
Back to Licked up, 40 deep, all saved, all serious. Licked up, 40 deep, hey, holla at us if you curious. Licked up, 40 deep, we all saved, all serious. Licked up, 40 deep, come holla at us if you curious. Licked up, 40 deep, all saved, all serious. Licked up, 40 deep, all saved, community, licked up, 40 deep, all saved, all serious. Licked up, 40 deep, all saved, all serious.
Like Craig, clicked up 40 D's all day. Backpack, stay strapped with a Johnny Mac and dress to play for me this morning. The label is read all day.
Hello, pretzels, and welcome back to the tripod. That's right, we are kicking things off a little different this week. We got our boy Stixy Drip here. First and foremost, I would like to plug, if you haven't checked it out already, don't listen to it around the family. It's quite possibly the most fucked up show I've ever recorded, but it was fun doing it. The After Party Hangover episode 108 with our boy Stix here. He was on. We had a hell of a time. Even Andy stopped by to say hey, but we didn't get to his questions. See, I put the question out to the people to ask Stix some questions on the Hangover, and since we didn't get to them, we're kicking off the tripod this week with those very questions. And of course, our hardcore pretzel Larry gets the first questions to old Stix. He asks, I'm from just outside the Philly area. What's up with Stix being a Birds fan?
Well, I'm a really big Eagles fan, have been since Randall Cunningham was quarterback, and I've just stuck around. Just been an Eagles fan since then. Been through the highs, been through the lows. Now we're back, baby. We got a big dub today against the G-Men, and we clinched the playoff berth. First team this season to clinch a playoff berth. So everything's coming up good so far. So. But I've been an Eagles fan since Randall Cunningham, and haven't wanted to change, haven't needed to change, never wanted to change. It's always been fly, Eagles, fly for me. So,
and we're in, baby.
Yeah.
Larry asks, name top 5 wrestlers who did the best promos. I guess in any promotion and of all time. What do you think?
Well, obviously, I think up there, number one to me, just because you can always go back on YouTube and you see all the time with like WWE promo and out of context, The Rock. I mean, the guy backstage, out of the ring, hell, he even cut promos during a match. I mean, I think that guy had magic on the mic. The work he did, always good catchphrases. I mean, we're still saying catchphrases today from that man. So I think he's number one to me. Number two, it might be MJF today. Now I know he didn't come up very good, which we'll talk about later in this episode. I know he didn't come up very good on a promo with our boy Absolute, but I think MJF, he's good on the mic. I think he's getting up there. I don't know if he'll dethrone The Rock ever, but I think he's really good on the mic. He's a good solid number 2, and I always look forward to his promos when I watch Dynamite.
Hey, I just took a solid number 2.
Number 3, I have to go with The Miz. I think The Miz is not only very underrated in the ring, but I think a lot of people take for granted what he can do on the mic. The guy can cut really good promos, and he can hit it hard. He can take it too. Like he can dish it, but he can also receive it. So I think he's a good number 3. Number 4.
There's so many. There's so many, man.
Man, number 4, I'm gonna go John Cena, because I think we also forget the battle raps that he had back in the day. Then we had PG Cena here towards the end. WWE always made sure that he had time on the mic, made sure he always had his backstage segments. And I think about 8, 9 times out of 10, I think he delivered, and he gave some lines that people don't forget. So I think John's in the top 5. And number 5, see, I'm also trying to think outside like your typical like WWE and even like AEW. God, I can't really think of anybody. You know what? We'll go R-Truth. Number 5, R-Truth, because our man delivered an Impact, even on TNA, and the man still when they give him the spotlight in WWE, he still knocks it out of the park. So at number 5, I'm going R-Truth.
I'd say Danhausen, Orange. No. Up next, toilet paper. Are you a folder or buncher? The back or front wiper? Unless you have a bidet.
I don't have a bidet. Don't have that much money. Although they're probably getting cheaper and cheaper to be able to get. I'm a folder, and I'm a back to front, or no, front to back. Front to back. I had to think different. I'm front to back.
Yeah, you don't want shit stained balls.
No.
Um. Okay, the next one's from JH. He asked for top 5, but I'll just say your favorite Christmas movie of all time. Because 5, I mean, that's
I'll give you 2.
okay.
And they're 2 I try to watch every year. And one of them, a lot of people, there's some controversy. Number 1, I always try to get in Die Hard. I always got to get Die Hard in. And number 2, the newer Grinch that had Benedict Cumberbatch as the voice of the Grinch. Those 2, and occasionally I'll even throw through Lethal Weapon. I know a lot of people. I got 2 controversial ones, but those are the 3 that I usually try to get in. Those first 2 are the ones I always try to get in. So those are my 2 Christmas movies. What about you? What do you try to get in on Christmas?
I'm a movie person, so it's kind of a loaded question. I mean, geez, when people say Christmas movies, the first thing that pops into my head is fucking Jingle All the Way.
See, the first one for me has been Home Alone. Like my girlfriend always tries to get that in every year. And that's usually the first one that comes to me, but I understand Jingle All the Way.
But growing up as a kid, of course, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's always that. I mean, we watch it every year. That's a staple of viewing in the household here. And then I know Jingle All the Way is fairly recent. Also fairly recent is Bad Santa. I like that movie a lot too. But I mean, you got all the classic ones when you're growing up, like the TV specials, Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman. But movie wise, yeah, quite possibly National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, just because of the nostalgia. And if you watch that movie today, there's a lot of stars of today that are in that movie, like Leonard from Big Bang Theory and Doris Roberts from Everyone Loves Raymond. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I love talking movies. I would do another podcast about movies, but no. Up next, Stix, what's your take on the new Metallica?
See, I haven't listened to it yet. It's on the list. I'm probably going to get to it this week, but I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. I know their past newer stuff, like obviously stuff we've heard on NXT promos and like the vignettes for those. I've liked those, like Saint Anger, In My Savage, all that stuff. I haven't minded it. I mean, you can never go wrong with classic Metallica, obviously Black Album. But I haven't listened to it yet. but it is on the list, and I'm probably going to try to get it in this week at work.
When he says new Metallica, that he literally means like there's literally girl just showed up. Does he literally mean the their brand new CD, or does he mean the way they sound today? I was kind of confused when I read that. I was like, did they just drop an album, or is he talking about like within the past 5 years?
Yeah, I think they just dropped an album here in the last week or two, so I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. But like I said,
Okay.
it's definitely on the list.
This is a question I'm pretty sure I asked you during maybe our second after party hangover many moons ago. But since it's been so long, maybe it's changed. The next question is coming from Old Tank Chris. He asks, Sticks, who currently is on your Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
It might have changed. I'd have to go back and take a look. Of course, number one for me, AJ Styles. I've got Triple H, Randy Orton, All Eagle Ethan Page.
Wow. He made the Mount Rushmore, huh?
That's oh well, yeah. And number 5, you know what? I've watched this guy in the last 2 years of Impact, especially since he split from Ethan Page. The guy just put on a banger of a match here this last Thursday. They call him the walking weapon. This man has become the Iron Man of Impact. I'm going Josh Alexander for my number.
Alexander, man. That's high praise. You got both. They're the North, right? All Ego and
North, yeah. Yeah,
man,
the North. On the Indies, they were Monster Mafia. But yeah, I mean, both, you can see the potential in both as a tag team. And me just even going back and watching old North matches, you can tell that if these guys, and of course, not knowing now they did, but if these guys were to ever break up, they were going to be really big single stars. You were more worried about Josh because he didn't really talk all that much on the mic.
Mhm.
His mic work is still, it isn't the best, but it's passable and it's good for Impact. So, but yeah, Josh Alexander in the ring is just a fucking savage. I mean, the guy's good. He's the walking weapon for a reason, and the man's good. So he sneaks into my top 5. I'm pretty sure it's changed from the last time we did it, but as of right now, those are top 5 guys that I could throw a match on, and I'll have tunnel vision. I'll disregard everything around me. I'll watch it even if I know who wins and who loses it.
Nice. Well, maybe these are the same people you just mentioned could be involved with the next question as well. He asks, what's your favorite wrestling feud of the last few years?
I'm going to have 2, and they're both going to have one common person in common. One is Seth Rollins with John Cena. You had when he broke his nose. I thought that was a really good feud. And then AJ Styles and John Cena, which I believe the match that they had at SummerSlam was possibly the best match that both guys have had in their WWE careers since that match, and even then. So, I mean, I would have to say Seth and Cena, and AJ and Cena.
I don't know, AJ and Ellsworth. That was a banger. No. That's
underratedly 5 stars.
Last question. It's a movie question again. Your favorite movie that has a wrestler in it, but it cannot be The Rock.
You know what? Let's go 12 rounds of John Cena.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that movie.
Yep. But coming up second is another John Cena movie, The Marine.
The Marine.
I think those 2. Yep, those 2.
You know, if just based on this question's rules, I would say MacGruber, because I had Jericho, Kane, Mark Henry, Collie, they were in the car and it blew up. Like that was a fucking funny ass movie. MacGruber, it still holds up. That movie is funny as hell. I love that movie. But if we're talking The Rock, okay, what's your favorite movie that has The Rock in it?
God, there's so much.
The Tooth Fairy. No.
Yeah. You know what? Hobbs and Shaw. I'm a
Okay.
sucker for action flicks. I've enjoyed watching Statham since the Transporter movies. Um, and so I think him and The Rock were really good in that Fast and Furious spinoff of Hobbs and Shaw.
Well, me personally, speaking of Fast and Furious, his first appearance in a Fast and Furious movie, Fast Five, is my favorite Rock movie. And then you got to think about all the movies he teamed with Kevin Hart. They're funny as hell. Central Intelligence and Jumanji. It's such good shit. Even The Rundown. I think The Rundown was maybe his second or third movie
Uh-huh.
where he wasn't all roided out, like he was just a normal dude. But that was a really good underrated movie that I don't
Well,
think
I even think Walking Tall wasn't that bad of a movie
yeah.
that he was in too.
That might have been his second movie, Walking Tall. It was a Scorpion King, Walking Tall, Rundown, etc.
Yeah.
But Sticks, you've been talking about Impact Wrestling, waxing here. So, sir, I hope you're prepared because. And now it's time for Stixy Drip Pack of the week.
We on the night, yeah. Hear us screaming loud. Can you see the
Well, like I said earlier, this week we had a copia of things happen. Number one, we had the re-debuting of Violent by Design, but without Eric Young. They changed their name. They go by The Design now. We had Big Con, which is known as Connor from The Ascension. He took on Sammy Callahan, and Big Con got the win with a little interference from Alan Angels and Diener. Sammy was getting ready to go to the top rope to do a move. Alan Angels distracted the ref, and Diener grabbed Sammy's foot and allowed Big Con to grab him, and I believe it's like his version of a Death Valley driver. He's able to pick up the win. And then the last hour of Impact was the walking weapon. He came out. He threw out an open challenge, hoping he was going to get Bully Ray. He even told Bully Ray, "Hey, you can come challenge me, even if you lose. I'll still see you at Hard to Kill in January. You can still get your shot." Bully Ray appeared on the screen, said, go to him in. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, that sounds like good. But he said, I'll just stay here and look at pictures of your wife from when I attacked you and her from I think it was Overdrive. Oh no, Over the Top. One of those two. It was the last event that they had on TV. So who answers the call? Speedball Mike Bailey. Now, Speedball Mike Bailey has been tearing it up since the COVID has passed, and he's been able to come across the border. He's originally from Canada. He hasn't been able to get across the border, I think they said, for 5 years because of visa issues and then with COVID. But since he's come to the United States, Mike Bailey has been on a tear. I believe it came in just a scotch under an hour, but I mean, it went the whole last hour Impact. We had a match between Mike Bailey and Josh Alexander that closed the show. That was a hell of a match, a banger of a match that showed why they call Josh Alexander the Iron Man of Impact Wrestling. These two went back and forth. Josh came in with a left shoulder issue from his last match. Mike Bailey worked on that. Josh was able to work on Mike Bailey's knee and his ankle, finally able to hit 2 C4 spikes on Mike Bailey to pick up the 1, 2, 3, and still retain as Impact Heavyweight Champion. and to head to Hard to Kill for his matchup with Bully Ray.
Other than that, he has no. I did tune in to Impact. I saw that. I saw what you said with Connor. I was like, that dude looks fucking familiar. I was like, oh yeah, the Ascension, that motherfucker. And then fucking Alan Angels out there. I was like, damn, they're just cherry picking like people that have been released from everybody. And then I did see the Walking Weapon take on when that dude came on. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? His gear looked terrible. I was like, why is everyone going crazy over this guy? And then the match they had, that's why they were going crazy over this guy, because it was a banger. Just like you said. And let's get
yeah, Mike Bailey, he's been tearing it up on the indies. I know he was X Division champion, but he ended up losing it to Kaz. And that's how Kazarian was able to cash in on the heavyweight championship shot against Josh Alexander on the last pay-per-view.
Okay. And now we are going to bypass old Father Fitty because he gave me the go-ahead to talk about NXT is going to be the first thing we cover. We're just going to do the highlights of this past episode. If I can fucking find them. Okay, yeah, we had the matches to determine who would take that fifth spot in the Iron Survivor Challenge. We had White Khali versus Axiom versus Andre Chase. We had another Yawn Maker Fishin' Afro Strange segment. Zion with Tony versus Tony. Fucking Scripps message that was horrible. Big Country versus Charlie Dempsey. Kenzie with Grayson backstage. He said he could do Kenzie's job better than her. We got the surprise from the shirt that you're wearing, interrupting Pretty Deadly's Christmas story. Where did you guys want to start? Stix, what was your highlight of this past week's NXT?
I think it was the men's last chance match with what was that, Axiom and
White Khali,
and who's the third one?
It was Andre Chase.
Yeah, Andre Chase. That match was really good. I mean, Axiom's going to show up, show out. He did. Andre Chase and White Khali were good. I mean, this was a really good match to have as your last match to be able to determine who is the last participant. So I thought this was a really good match for NXT to have and able to find out who was going to be the last participant.
And were you disappointed?
Well, I mean, I either wanted Axiom or Andre Chase to win, and as long as White Khali didn't win, I was gonna be happy with it either way. So I was happy either way.
It was some good shit. Cesar, your highlight of this past week's NXT.
I don't even remember what happened, bro. Yeah, it was an all right show. Oh, nothing like spectacular. But yeah, sure. What I did call that shit last week, that's my highlight. I did call that shit last week. I said if they want a better Iron Survivor match, make Axiom win. But if they wanted a more entertaining match, Andre Chase to win. You all heard the crowd cheering for Andre to get in this match. Axiom probably is a better fit for the match to be overall greatness, which I guess we'll get to that later. But that's my highlight. I knew I was right. That crowd never lets me down.
How you gonna be wearing a Bootio shirt and you don't fucking mention the surprise that nobody saw coming?
Why would that be a highlight? I mean, we all knew what was going on. I mean,
because nobody saw it coming. That was a highlight to me. That was a pretty damn good surprise.
I didn't expect them to even have a tag team match, but when they came out, it's fun. But when they came out, it's not really like, it kind of seemed like the average, just, we're going to send somebody down because they have nothing to do. And, fill in time for other NXT stuff.
The final segment was the Grayson Waller effect, whatever, but the match before was the women's triple threat to determine who was going to get that fifth spot. I'll just read my notes. It's Indy versus Sleepy Chew versus Fallon Henley. Indy with the pin of the year with 2 armfuls of sniz, pinning both ladies. YouTube it, y'all. Indy is the clear dominant one this match, also sporting a front and back wedgie. Sleepy Chew has stepped up her game here. Toxic A watching from the Toxic Lounge. Sleepy Chew with the brain buster to Fallon. Windy Chew just wants a piece of the pie. That's how Booker said it. Fucking squeaky ass voice. Sleepy Chew with a splash to Fallon off the top rope. Indy throws Chew out of the ring and nails Fallon with an elbow for the win. Indy is going to Deadline. She even confronts Mandy in the Toxic Lounge. I thought it was a pretty good match, pretty decent match. I mean, Stix, you mentioned the men's triple threat and the women's triple threat. They were both pretty damn good matches, as NXT always delivers. But the honorable mention, we are saying that people are watching this and stealing shit from us. Well, Cesar, let me just read I'm gonna pause so you can say it, but the crowd also said it. What's up, Dice? Kinsey catches up to Big Body Javi.
Who? I don't know who that guy is. Hey, that guy is the most Sticks 316 I have seen ever in my life. That dude's contract probably has a 316 clause on the last page right before he said, I still don't know who this crack is. I still don't know.
Kinsey was asking if he was running away from the Sandy Vaginas. He says Kinsey is anti-Big Body Javi. Ika Manjiro asked about Big Body Javi. The crowd said,
I know who he is. I know who that guy is.
The crowd said, who? I don't know if you caught that, but it's like, who is Big Body Javi? And the crowd went, who? That was hella funny. Jiro says Big Body Chicken. Really, cross-eyed kid? This is the best creative line you have for him. We don't see this Gangnam Style guru for weeks, and this is the best you have. But I digress. Thea Hell versus Isla Dawn was kind of funny too, because you know how Thea is Rabbit Chipmunk. But now we're gonna get in to NXT's Deadline. Hell of a premium live event, pay-per-view, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Also, the tripod sponsored by the Green Apple Mike's Hards. Pretty good. But I digress. Okay,
why won't we get the other highlights out of the way and then talk about the
Up first, it's the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. We have Roxanne and Zoe Leatherface. They're 1 and 2. Roxanne standing on aprons, showing off that ass, is always a great start to a night. Then old Boner Killer Jones is unleashed and the night is ruined. The crowd is pro Roxy, of course. Book a proud papa watching Roxy in her biggest match so far. The crowd counts down Rumble style. Kiana James is number 3. Kiana, impressive athleticism. Jensen rubbing one out in the locker room watching this. Zoe with a devastating intrugi to Roxy on the apron. Stomps her head on the fucking ring steps, too. Zoe nails Roxy. I fucking hate this neighborhood. Zoe nails Roxy with her finisher for the first point. Roxy to the penalty box as Cora Jade makes her way out. Stops the point and laugh at Roxy before headed to the ring. Roxy makes it back to the ring and unleashes all these bitches. Cora rolls up Kiana for a point. Zoe locks in the crossface to Roxy. Cora locks in Indian Deathlock. Roxy then puts Cora in a head scissors submission. Kiana out of the penalty box as Indy makes her way out. All women are in the match now. The crowd is hot for Indy wrestling. Indy with Das Boot to Roxy for a point. Roxy back in the penalty box. I wonder if they can go into, this is real-time notes, folks. I wonder if they could go into sudden death overtime in case of a tie. Roxy out of the penalty box, eyeballing the time. Roxy rolled up Zoe for her first point. Zoe to the penalty box. Kiana's the only one with no points. I love how when Cora attacks Indy, Indy's butt jiggles. It's good shit. Everybody takes turns flying out of the ring onto everyone with 3 minutes left, by the way. Zoe with dirty butthole face. I don't know why I put that. Roxy hits pop rocks on Cora for a second point. Kiana hits top rope Spanish fly to Zoe. All 5 women scramble with seconds left, but Roxanne Perez is the first ever women's Iron Survivor, as Book has a tear in his eye. I really like this match. A lot of pressure going first in the first time ever match. And I give major props, major credit to the women. I give this 7 pretzels with the mustard. Caesar. A lot of fucking notes. What did you think of the first match of Deadline, the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge?
Yeah, that shit was good. I thoroughly liked it. As always with NXT, they know which match to put on first, get the crowd hot for the rest of the pay-per-view. I thought that was great. Yeah, if you have 2 of these kind of matches, you gotta start with it. You've seen it where they start the show with elimination chambers when they do 2 of them. And if you're doing Iron Survivor, yeah, I thought this was good. This was a hell of a match. I was very entertained. Yeah, these women definitely showed up to show out, scrambling for wins. Yeah, Kiana James didn't get a score at all. They obviously did that to somebody else in the other match as well. We'll get there. I digress. But that's what I'm saying, bro. They high on this woman, even just putting her in the match. For as many women they have in NXT, they could have put anybody else in that spot to do that. But they're really high up on her. I'm trying to get by. And then old Roxy getting the dub. Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. I mean, by now, yeah, Mandy's had the title so long she's fought everybody, at least. So, they want to go back with Roxy. It was either Roxy or Indy for me. I personally would have thought it'd been better if Indy won her way in, then won the match, then finally gets that redemption against Mandy. But, Roxy put Cora away and put that behind her, and to now win this match and now get that shot at old Mandy's belt. Let's see if they'll pull the trigger. Is Roxy gonna be the one to end the reign for old Mandy? But I gave this 8 in the salted mustard. I thought this was really good match. That'll make sense when we talk about some other matches later why I give this 8 in the salted mustard. But I was very thoroughly sports entertained, and I really love this match.
Motherfucking Sticks. Him and his Sticks prophecies over here. This fuck, man. First he calls Carmelo Hayes winner of the breakout tournament shit. Now he says Roxy's going to be the one to dethrone Mandy. So I got to imagine you thoroughly enjoyed this match as well. Your thoughts, sir?
This was a really good opener. I mean, NXT, WWE in general know that their women's division are head and shoulders above any other wrestling promotions division. And NXT, they decided to say, you know what, let's trot the women out here. Let's start this thing off hot. And they did. I mean, this was the first ever Iron Survivor match. And they throw the women out there to be like, hey, go show us what it's supposed to be all about. And they did. They showed up, showed out. All the women did really good. I was really questionable with them having Kiana in it, but she had her moments. I was wondering if she was going to be the one that was going to take a majority of the pins. She didn't. I mean, she looked really good. Like Caesar said, they must be high on her. So, I mean, she's got somewhat of a bright future from just watching her last couple of matches. But all in all, I gave this 8 in the Hellmans. I thought it was a hell of an opener. It was a bar setter for the men to go after later on down the road, but it was a hell of an opener for Deadline.
And I do appreciate the fact that Roxy started and she was the Iron Survivor. Major props to her.
Well, if you listen to Book, he kind of spoiled it when she said that when he came out. He's like, the only way you're gonna get respect like this is like Shawn Michaels when he won the Royal Rumble and he went 1-30 and outlasted everybody. So with what happened in the match, kind of spoiled it, but I digress. Here you go with this fuck shit.
You see, it proves that I'm not racist, that I had a Mexican win the Iron Survivor Challenge, Caesar. I told you. I told all of y'all I'm not racist, all right? So
you're still racist. You're still racist. You could have had 4 colored people win in that match.
Perez
half and
is
half.
clearly not
You
a
you
hunk.
put the Lash Legend in there.
Yeah.
Clearly, well, Lash was busy. She was stuck on the farm. But I digress. No,
Yeah, okay, yeah, I bet so. You could have had four. You could have had four colors win on Saturday trips. Four color, not trips. Cross-eyed.
listen, Caesar.
Yeah.
What month is it? It's not February. So
Yeah,
count your lucky
yeah,
stars. I
it's
had a
darky.
mountain
It's
there.
darky December. It's darky December. You racist bitch. Give the niggas a chance.
Up
You
next,
don't have them win in February.
Booker T is sobbing as Kinsey is with Paxley and Ivy. Kinsey looks like she's wearing her daughter's flower girl dress. Julia's still injured. Ivy was concerned. Katana and Caden approach, and they're nothing but kind, but Ivy gets defensive. Next, we have Alba Fire versus Isla Dawn. I love Isla's theme. That theme song is badass. Major props to whoever fucking made that theme. The ref is the same ref who got Black Skeet in his soul. These two red-haired corpses beating the shit out of each other. I like how Vic made it a point to tell us Isla did not tap out during a submission from Alba. He knows loser idiots on Twitter will be all up in arms about it, so he had to explain. Isla removes middle turnbuckle pad. A great Meteora from Isla off the top rope to Alba. Alba flies out of the ring onto Isla. Book said he talked to Alba backstage for her prediction, and she said one word: pain. Fucking Booker was on fire. Man, he was incredible on Deadline. Alba hits a swanton, goes for the pin, but the ref barfs up Black Skeet. I think the crowd was chanting, "Save the ref, save the ref." A second ref comes out. Isla slams Alba's head into exposed turnbuckle, hits the finisher for the win. It was okay. You know, it was cursed because of what it had to follow. But then again, it's NXT women. It's not bad. I gave it 5 pretzels. Sticks, what did you think of Alba versus Isla?
Yeah, it did better than I thought it was going to. I mean, I thought it was going to be a possible complete sleep fest, but I mean, it kept me entertained. I didn't use it as a pee break. So, I mean, both girls, we know Alba can go. It's just how Isla was going to be in her first takeover premium live event, and she did pretty good. I mean, they're still sprinkling in the supernatural effect of wrestling, so I kind of respected. They still kind of did that. They brought back. They made the call back to the black skeeted ref. Like they even talked about that at the beginning of the match. How he was the one that took the black skeet, and Booker was like, "I wouldn't have signed up for this. I would have told him I ain't ref for this match. You find somebody else." But it was a nice little callback on that. But all in all, I gave it 5. I thought it was a good match. I mean, if that's the worst match on this card, then you're not doing too terrible. So, but all in all, I gave it 5. It wasn't too bad.
Malachi Black has just made Isla Dawn all elite. No, Cesar, what did you think of Alba versus Isla?
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't boring. It wasn't a barn burner either. It wasn't boring, but I think we all called this during prediction that this was going to be the fuck shit certified match of the night, baby. And yeah, it was. Yeah, the old Black Ski came out. The funny part about Book and Sig Vic arguing whether the match should continue or should you get help for the ref. Was I think it was
Your
Book.
mother, if this happened to you, Vic,
If this happened to
your
your mother,
mother would want me to
we
get
talking
you
about
help.
Book. Help him, Book. Help him. Like, what you mean? The match got to go on, man. Help him, Book. Well, come call 911. Like, fucking Book was on fire the whole night, bro. Some people don't like Book on commentary, but Book's my cup of tea. I love that ratchety shit he be talking about. Gets me going every time. I gave it a 6. Yeah, it wasn't super great, but a little fuckery. The commentary is part of the match. Fuck that. Book bumped this up a little bit for me. And then the fuck shit certified with the black skeet, and then turnbuckle and the dub. Got to do what you got to do to get it done. I ain't mad at it.
I have to put it to Vinnie Mac is not screaming in Booker T's ear anymore. Booker T is having fun. He's on NXT where everything's good. So you can see it. You can see that he's getting the energy. He's loving his job now, and he is on fire. It seems like all the commentators from NXT are on fire. You name all of them. Even Beth, before she left, Beth was doing great.
Yeah, Beth was getting good.
Rubbing that bean, the index. Up next, NXT Tag Team Championship match. It's Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy. Versus the New Day. Book is disgusted. Another match where Booker T is on fire for his hate for the fucking New Day. Pretty Deadly and Santa theme gear.
For this match only, Mangria, can you call him Cooner T? Because he was hating the niggas. He was being a whole coon. He was a whole coon. I said it. I said it.
Book refuses to give a shout out to Big E. The crowd is hot for New Day. New Day keep mocking the side plate check. Book is PD till he dies. Yes, Book. Prince and Kofi have a twerk off. New Day on fire in this match. They really look like they're having fun. Woods and Kofi getting Book's face. They're gonna whoop your ass 5 times if you get in my face again. Book being salty on the commentary. Woods with a Billy D mustache. PD knocks off the New Day. If PD knocks off the New Day, it'd be champagne wishes and caviar dreams. All 4 guys try to lie, cheat, and steal with the tag belt. Big ups to Eddie. Gibson clocks Woods with the tag belt for a 2.5. New Day double teamed the Prince for the 3 and new NXT Tag Team Champions. Triple Crown New Day shocks the world. This was a very fun match. I love this match. I give it 8 pretzels with the salt. Kofi becoming a 15-time tag champ, beating Booker T's record. Cesar, wax poetic on this incredible tag team match we just witnessed.
Yeah. So this is probably more of a highlight to me. Them showing up, them actually pulling the trigger and giving New Day the win. And come to think about it, if New Day weren't going to stop the Usos taking over the days of the tag team record, I can see why they pulled the trigger on this, giving them the Triple Crown, being the only team to win the NXT titles, the Raw titles, the SmackDown titles, even before that when it was just the tag team titles, and they split up. I can see the reasoning why.
Didn't the Revival aren't they Triple Crown guys too? Revival?
Yeah, Revival is I think the only other team to win all 3 because I don't think Viking Raiders have won the SmackDown titles. But Revival I don't think was ever like WWE tag team titles because remember New Day had it and then they split brands.
The black
they remember they had those copper belts, then they split them with the Raw and SmackDown. Technically, New Day has won every version of a tag team title brand in WWE. They were, yeah. So they're technically quad, but they split them in 2 and they won them separately. So however you want to say it. But no. I thought this was a real good match. Real good match for me. Showed that Pretty Deadly have the entertainment side as well as the wrestling, especially when like Kofi's twerking. And then old boy gets in the ring, goes, no, not that he couldn't like start twerking again. He goes, this how you twerk. And he started popping that thing with them, them little tight ass half of shirts. And then actually having the twerk off in a match and even being the heels, not trying to like sneak Kofi when he's twerking, actually trying to one up him in the twerking to prove that we're better at you than anything. Wrestling, twerking, something. Didn't I call a Santa suit and an elf, or did I say a reindeer? I can't remember. That should have been a highlight.
The Grinch.
I did say the Grinch. Yeah, I said Grinch. But no, this match was great. I give this match 8 in the mustard. I'm not saying that the Iron Survivor is like a gimmick match. It sort of kind of is, but it isn't because it is all wrestling. The only thing is they couldn't get counted out. So that's why I think I liked it a little bit better. Because the women definitely did show out to start the show. But this match was great. This match had entertainment. It had hating on by Coon Book. Great wrestling. Yeah, the Eddie to throwing the belt throwing the belt, clapping and throwing the belt. And the ref just wasn't having it. The ref was like, one of y'all lying. My motherfuckers lying. Get your ass up. Buddy, get up. So doing that, and then them actually dude using the belt, and then setting up the finish and everything. Yeah, all the wrestling in this match was great. Just four guys, two great tag teams who could go and put on a great match with really no like absolute fuckery going on. It was just great wrestling and great entertainment in the match. Yeah, so that's why I gave it an 8 in the mustard. Just slightly, like a thin margin. I like the Women's Iron Survivor better than this one, but still a great match. And then New Day, yeah, walking out with the titles. Good shit had all around.
Cesar, when did you watch this?
This morning.
This morning, okay. I was
Yeah,
curious because you were absent from the chat when we were
I
talking.
put that shit in the chat. I was fucked up last night at the Halloween party, and I was way too drunk when I got home to watch that shit at like 2 a.m. So I was like, I'm gonna just wait because I ain't had to be at work till 12 today. So I just woke up at 8 and watched the pay-per-view.
Nice. Sticks. New Day are quadruple crown tag champs. What did you think of this match with Pretty Deadly?
Well, I mean, Cesar was passing around his Cesar Claus hat. So, I mean, the man was doing work while we were being sports entertained. I mean, this match had everything. It had wrestling, it had sports entertainment. I mean, this was damn near match of the night. I gave this 8 in the salt. I mean, this had everything, and I don't know. I can't remember if we all three picked Pretty Deadly, but I mean,
yeah, we did.
Was that?
Yeah, we did.
I mean, then it had the surprise.
I have it right here.
Yeah, we had the surprise. That was the whole thing. I mean, we all three of us thought Pretty Deadly were going to win, and the New Day not only shows up in their first match in NXT, they become tag team champions and become Triple Crown champs. So I mean, this had everything. The ending was really good. Them being cementing being as one of the top tag teams in WWE, but also in all professional wrestling. This just helps cement it. And I mean, this was great for them. This was really good. The feel good story for them, and they had a really good match to match that feel good story. So I gave it 8 salt.
And just if they hang on to those titles, I'm pretty sure Pretty Deadly's gonna want a rematch. Think of the fucking matches we're gonna get from the New Day versus the Creeds versus I'm out of tag teams. Okay, up next, we have Caden and Katana hanging with the Hard R's and Odyssey. Then Gigi and JC approach Caden and Katana, hate on the opportunity that they gave Tatum and Ivy. Tatum and Ivy then jump Gigi and JC. More on that next week. The men's Iron Survivor Challenge. Hold on. Okay. JD and Axiom are 1 and 2. JD attempts to attack Axiom during the entrance pose. This is what I wanted to see if Axiom qualified, and he did. These two fighting again. Axiom flies out of the ring onto JD, then throws him into the penalty box. Axiom not holding back. Extra aggressive towards Humongous. Both in blue gear, by the way. JD never holds back, rocking this dude. Mello is number 3. Ugh, interrupting me while I'm watching this. Fuck, let me watch this in peace. Anyways, these three putting on a hell of a show that ends up with Mello getting the first point and Axiom to the penalty box. Book about to have a stroke shouting. Axiom returns from the penalty box flying and shit. Grayson Waller is out next. Hits the rolling stunner and a bulldog. He didn't quite get the second. He turned it into a bulldog. Mm-hmm. Very smart. This motherfucker gets not 1, but 2 points immediately. Fucking genius, Grayson Waller there. Stunner to Mello, but penalty box timer is up, but JD grabs Axiom. Okay, so JD and Axiom were in the penalty box. JD grabs him. Axiom says, "This bitch." Turns around, beats I could almost hear him saying, "You punk ass bitch," as he was beating
I heard
the
it.
holy fuck out of JD. I loved it. Fucking him up like he owes him money. Grayson and Mello both fight to commentary table. Who's in the front now, bitch? Grayson tells Book. Tell me he didn't just say that. Grayson gets rolled up by Axiom. Axiom gets a point. Super kicks JD, pins, gets a second point. Axiom sends both to penalty box as Gacy comes out last and cleans house. Gacy makes Axiom tap to the rings of Saturn. Grayson clobbers Axiom as Axiom heads to the penalty box. JD then gets out as well and fucks him up. Gacy hits his rebound lariat to Mello for the pin and point. Mello to the penalty box. Axiom's time to return, but JD prevents the door from opening. Axiom scales the penalty box and kicks JD in his humongous head, and then backflips off of it onto Gacy and Grayson. Mello makes Grayson submit via crossface for a point. Everyone but JD has points. Speaking of, JD ripcord belly to back suplexes to Axiom, to Mello, to Gacy. This is a crazy ass match. I'm loving this. Quadruple super kick to JD via everyone. Gacy with colon blow to Mello. Vic just mentioned sudden death roll if tied. Grayson steals Mello's pinfall with seconds to go. Grayson then runs like a scalded dog to run out the clock. Grayson is the first ever men's Iron Survivor. Grayson then does a shoey just to say fuck you to Andy and Sam. This was my favorite match of the night. This blew me away. I fucking loved this match. I didn't even want to take notes. I just want to sit there and watch it, but my fat fingers are going as fast as they could. This gets possibly my best rating of the year. This gets 9 and the beer cheese. It will definitely be in contention for match of the year for me. Stix, the Iron Survivor Challenge for the men. What say you?
This was really good. I mean, the women set the bar, and then these guys basically took the bar and ran with it. I mean, this match was really good. You had everything. I mean, Grayson Waller coming out, hitting the rolling stunner, getting 2 points right off the bat. Everybody having to play catch up. JD starting off with 0. I mean, he was one of the people that I'm assuming a lot of people thought would pick up the win, and him being stuck at 0 for so long. Axiom showing why he needed to be in this, scaling out of the box, doing his high flying moves. Joe Gacy even coming in methodically, hitting stuff. Mello was doing what Mello does best. He was hitting his moves. He was hitting shots. All in all, this was my favorite match too. I gave it 9 in the beer cheese because, and quite frankly, this should have been the main event. I mean, there's times when you don't have your championship match be the main event. This should have been one of them. I mean, this match we all knew that this was going to deliver, and it delivered and some. So this was the best match out of the card, and that's why I gave it 9 in the beer cheese.
Cesar, I mean, maybe it was too obvious. We both picked Mello. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's Mello. I mean,
No, but you got to know better. We always forget the golden rule. When you've held a title for like a long time, you got to start taking L's to match up all the dubs you were getting as the title holder. We all know that's the golden rule. And so we didn't.
I think taking a pinfall from Gacy should make up for all of that.
It should make up for all that shit. Like, yeah, just having Gacy pin you in a match doesn't matter like when it is, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, this match was all the way live. Oh, that old boy Axiom wanted to go first. He wanted to prove his merit. By God, if that man didn't. By God, if he didn't. Old Axiom and old JD starting it off. You couldn't have had if you're gonna have guys wrestle for at least 15 minutes till everybody else gets in the match. These are two guys that can go the distance and keep you highly entertained. It was like counter after counter. He countered, I think, the double inside. He countered a Shout out to Golden Ratio. Yeah, attacked him during the intro, so the screen was still all fuzzy. That shit was funny to me. Because you saw him like back kick him all fuzzy and jump off the ropes all quick.
Even the ref was
The ref was moving fuzzy. Yeah. He had the Axiom vision on. But yeah, those guys fighting it out. So Melo got there, and then yeah, especially like every time JD and Axiom were in the penalty box, they actually just fought in the penalty box. Yeah, motherfucker shut the door like, thought I was gonna leave without whooping that ass in this penalty box. Slammed the door shut. Started whooping his monkey ass. Booker's like, he don't even care about the match. This is just going. This is him just getting right. He getting his get back. And then yeah, Book going wild for Bello. He don't miss. He don't shucky ducky quack quack. You got to do what you got to do to get the wins in this match here, Vic. Book over there acting crazy. He just wilding out. I mean, Book was on his shit. He was in his bag the whole night. Yeah, and then Grayson fucking with old Book. Book said, tell me he didn't just say that. Tell me he didn't just say that. But yeah, like if even Vic asked an old Book, like, yo, when you got a guy who's like your size and stuff. Well, I think that was later. But still, he's talking about JD and Axiom. Like, how do you do that? You know, everything about this match was good. Even Joe Gacy looked good in this match, and you know how much I don't give a fuck about that guy. Yeah, but I also gave this 9 in the beer cheese. Axiom with the shit off the rope. Wow. Grayson Walla getting 2 pins early. Jamungus Dome in the last 2 minutes. That motherfucker had like 8 headbutts within the last 2 minutes. Like somebody shit. Y'all need to check them from Adam Cole's concussion syndrome, nigga, because they should be out for about at least 3 weeks. While the ending was entertaining, I thought they probably could have done it a little better instead of him like chasing Grayson Waller for like a full minute. And Waller did kind of do it where like he pulled Jamungus out so like he couldn't get a pin. After a while, why would you keep chasing Grayson? He should have Melo should have tried to run back to find somebody on the outside and thrown them in to make Grayson come to him. And then Grayson could have snuck him and then ran away again. I feel like that would have been more entertaining.
Axiom was still laid out in the corner. He could have.
No, but Axiom got pinned and then he kept getting fucked up. But he was supposed to be in the penalty box. So Axiom technically wasn't legal.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he got pinned with a minute 45. No, he got pinned with a minute 30 left or minute 20 left. So therefore he couldn't have been in the match anymore. But they JD headbutted him or something. So yeah, he was there, but technically he wasn't legal. Now you saying that would have been funny if Melo tried to pin him and Grayson would have tried to break it up, and Melo tried to sneak roll up Grayson or something. That probably would have been a better ending than him just running around. But still, I gave it 9 in the beer cheese. This was a fantastic match. Really good shit. Yeah, it takes the shoey. So yeah, Grayson Waller is up. And Grayson Walla is up, and everybody got hit with defect. I ain't mad at it.
Simpatico, 9 in the beer cheese from all 3 of us. It's rare, but man, that was a hell of a match. Up next, Drew Gulak with Kenzie. He is here to reach his full potential. Damon Kemp approaches. Damon wants Drew to watch his match against Duke on Tuesday. And now we have the main event.
Don't even say it like that.
Motherfucker, man. It's NXT champion Jan Maker versus Apollo. Even the crowd did it. Excellent video package leading into this. And then we get a projector screen video package of all of Braun's challengers and closing with Apollo's vision. Braun tears through the screen during the entrance. Intensity written all over Afro Strange's face as the match begins. One-upsmanship to start. There's some great storytelling in this match. Braun attempted an Apollo-like standing moonsault and red velveted. Camera zooms way into Apollo's face as he morphs into Afro Strange right in front of everyone. He struggles but does his 3 power bombs in a row, followed by a frog splash for a 2 3/4. The book says Apollo is frustrated. Braun gets his second win, uses Apollo's elevated spinebuster against him, gets a near fall. Apollo uses Braun's Gorilla Press Spinebuster against him for a near fall. There's a slugfest. Braun hits the spear to retain. Well, at least Grayson got the last laugh before the match was done and the show went off the air. You know what? Just for the character work from Apollo, I gave it six decent pretzels. Apollo, I'm a fan of Apollo. I was pulling for Apollo. I thought Apollo was gonna take it, but it's just like when Lucy moves the football when Charlie Brown tries to kick it. It happened again. That bitch is just never gonna hold the football. She's always gonna move it. I'm always gonna get the rug pulled out from under me. This fucker's invincible. He's never gonna fucking lose to anybody. Cesar, take the floor before I punch my computer.
This shit was drier than wolf pussy. I gave it a 3.
Sticks.
This was the worst match of the night. Easy. It was worse than the I Love. These motherfuckers didn't have no chemistry. Like, for as hype as the things were, them going the back and forth, like we said, this was great. This was interesting. Like, he showed up at the diner. Tracker showed up fishing, talking that sass. They just get in the ring, and it's just like, I'm going to do your move. 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 And that damn wasn't no Sammy KO tie-up with hitting each other. That shit looked trash. That nigga almost dropped him trying to do a triple powerbomb. That shit looked trash. That nigga hitting that back moonsault. That shit looked trash. I don't even think Vic and Book was interested in this trash. That was like, the only reason I'm here because I get paid. I wouldn't be here watching this trash if I had to watch some wrestling. I'd rather watch Booker T try to hit 20 spinneroonies and watch that goddamn match again. That trash ass shit. Fuck him. I gave him a 3. The shit was some trash. The ending was some trash. He's just gonna run off this cracker back and hit a spear. Eat a dick.
It wasn't even.
Do better. Do better, you cross-eyed fuck. Where you at now?
It wasn't.
You should have had another darkie. You know what I thought it was when I first saw this match?
Listen, Cesar.
Yeah, you bitch. What you got?
You see, Braun was on the phone with Scott Steiner trying to determine his odds for this main event. So he had to put it on last, right?
Well, while you're in charge, his odds are 100%.
You know what? He has a name. He's the champ. I had to give it to him. And plus, anyone with a spear is going to win. I mean, we got Goldberg, we got Roman. Hell, even Rick Stocks got a spear. He's winning too. If this motherfucker has a spear, he's going to win, all right? So you can send all your hate mail to @Triple-H. Suck it.
Hell no. Because first when I saw this match, I was hyped. You know I was hyped? Because I saw there was a nigga ref. And I thought we had it in the bad boys. I was like, oh shit, this nigga ref gonna cheat. He gonna get one over for the boys. Yeah, he gonna party with Odyssey and the Hard R's. And yeah, the nigga ref gonna be in the VIP, getting all the love. Apollo gonna pay for his drinks all night. I thought it was gonna be like some AEW fuck shit with that one ref with the Bucks. I was like, oh, man, nigga ref and a nigga champion? That's how you end the night. Then I was like, oh yeah, Grayson Waller won. They're just gonna redo this feud now with the NXT Championship. Fine by me. Those guys were having great matches. I can get down with that. Grayson Waller versus Apollo, and now Apollo gonna have the title for a little bit. Totally fine. Good. Give Grayson Waller some credit. He's lost his Apollo. He's the first ever Iron Survivor. They're gonna probably lose to Apollo for the title. He won't win the title. I'm fine with that. Now, fucking yawn maker. It's a bullshit. It's a bullshit.
But Cesar digresses. Sticks, your thoughts on the main event of Deadline?
Good drive to Florida, burn that motherfucker down. I am off.
I mean, it was all right. I mean, this definitely, like we say a lot, Jan Maker, even though he's NXT champion, he should not main event a premium live event, a takeover. I mean, this match, as much as we like Apollo, I mean, Jan Maker brought this down. I gave it 4. I mean, this was, like Cesar said, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire was even better than this. I mean, I think we all kind of were hoping that he was going to lose with Royal Rumble season coming around. But I have a feeling he's going to hold it to like Stand and Deliver. I mean, I think they're gonna do it that long, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I think our boy, the man who don't miss, I think he's gonna take it off him at Stand and Deliver. I think
Oh
Melo.
shit!
I
Oh, here we
think
go.
Melo's
Here we
gonna
go.
become NXT
Sticks,
champion.
sticks
WrestleMania.
prophecy.
No, it's February. Stand and Deliver is in February. Of course,
Yeah, I
some
think he's gonna
nigga
take on
gonna win
Lawler.
the title in February.
No, it's
That's
in
why
April.
they had Lawler win, because he's gonna probably take him on at Vengeance Day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
April is Stand and Deliver.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's Mania. Yeah.
It's gonna be in LA. So Sticks, what did you give this? All 5?
Four.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do predictions on the tripod. And this motherfucker over here, once again, Sticks won. The final score was me and Cesar picked all the same shit, by the way. None of our caveats made it, but we all, me and Cesar picked all the same shit. Sticks somehow got 4. He got 4. Me and Cesar got 1 because of our faith in Pretty Deadly. Sticks, so what is the assignment this time?
Well, gentlemen, I jumped on, like I told you last night, Mangria. I was gonna make a late night jump on the CAC, just to do a little surfing. So I found 3 matches each for you guys that are on the Peacock. I'm gonna start with you, Mangria. Your first match, we're gonna go back to 2017. We're gonna go to the Elimination Chamber, where we had Bray Wyatt versus John Cena versus AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin versus Dean Ambrose versus The Miz.
Okay. Not bad.
That's Bray Wyatt's best match, and it's only because he came in that match last. I said it. Trash ass nigga.
Your second match, we're going to go to Battleground 2016. We have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn.
Damn, there's a lot of good ass wrestling.
Nice.
If I have some trash matches, I ain't watching them.
This is my Christmas present to you boys. I try to give you guys good matches to drunk tweet to. So,
damn, that Sammy KO match was fire.
And then your last one, Angria, we're going to go to Backlash 2004. We're going to have a young legend killer, Randy Orton, versus Cactus Jack.
Oh, nice.
What are you, Paul? What are you in the Brawling Brutes? Because all I heard was banger after banger after banger.
Those are some really good matches. You know, I still haven't seen the Elimination Chamber where Drew lost to the Miz Cachette. First, because when I got out of jail, I wanted to watch everything that I missed. That was too new. That one was too new to be on Peacock. So so
I didn't like replay it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, these are 3 good ones, Sticks. Thank you.
Cesar, now your first one, you're gonna have to. I couldn't find the event, but I searched it. No, I got on the cock and I searched it. We're gonna go to
Eugene versus Chris Benoit.
No.
You didn't find where it was.
We're gonna go to Payback 2014. Bray Wyatt versus John Cena.
Payback 2014.
Yep, 2014.
This sounds like some shit I ain't gonna watch. You gave him fucking awesome ass matches.
Hey, this might be the best match that John Cena and Bray Wyatt both had.
No. That was the fucking shit at Mania with all the weird shit. That shit was a banger.
Now we're gonna go to Money in the Bank 2019.
CM Punk.
AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins.
Okay.
You said 2014?
19. Money in the Bank 2019.
Oh, Nathaniel versus I don't know if he was Nathaniel. He might have been Seth Rollins. Versus AJ?
Yep.
All right.
And then last, and certainly not least, we're going to go to SummerSlam 2009. CM Trash versus Jeff Hardy.
Versus Jeff Hardy?
Yep.
That's for the title?
I believe it was. Yeah, I believe it was.
You
I
said
think
2000 what? 2009?
2009, yes.
I'm gonna shit on that.
I had to
Maybe
give you
more.
one that you could just completely defecate on while also getting enormously plastered too. So, and those
Yeah,
gentlemen
I can
are
work
your
with that.
Well,
I can
there
work with
are
that.
assignments. Stay tuned to our Twitters. I put our plugs at the beginning of the episode during the theme. Check us out on Twitter if you want to see those tweeted about. But until then, we're going to take a small break. We'll be right back. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Tony's still hating on MJF, and it's the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. Diamond Ring. Jungle Jack Perry. I don't know when that happened, but I'm glad it did. No longer Jungle Boy. Dalton Castle is in. The boys are outside. Matt Hardy botches a turnbuckle smash to Dalton. He missed by 2 miles. Crowd hot for Ricka Stocks. The boys helped as much as possible, but Brian Cage eliminates him. Jungle Jack stomps Brian off the apron for an elimination. Morrissey, who is not in the match, kicked Jungle Jack off the apron, then chokeslammed the fuck out of him on the corner of the apron. All Ego, Hardy, Captain Sean Dean, and Ricka Stocks are the final 4. Ethan barking orders at Hardy the whole match. Ricka tosses Matt out. Ethan was about to launch Ricky out of the ring when Ricky reverses and dumps Ethan out. Ricky wins, then MJF's music hit. Jesus in the crowd with the MJF is the real Judas sign. MJF on the mic says Brian didn't show up tonight because he fears him. He then starts hating on Ricky. The crowd chants, "Shut the fuck up. Stop chanting, Tony," Excalibur says. MJF calls Ricky Dollar Store Dwayne, calls him the Pebble, says he's going to send him back to Billy Corgan's NWA to wrestle on YouTube where he belongs. Ricky calls him MaxiPad. You think you're better than moi? Give me a break, you cheap ass cracker. I just put that in there. Ricky calls him out on all his shit, cuts the promo of his life. I'm going to take the responsibility off your plate, little boy. MJF dick punches, but then Ricky spears the Jew out of him and the shoes off of him. Darby Punk, who cares? Stix, your thoughts on the opening? That was a lot. The opening fucking segments to Dynatrash.
It was a good opener. I mean, you had a lot going on. You had the outside interference. Like you said, they ditched Jungle Boy, so now he's Jungle Jack Perry. So that was good to see. You had a botch, Matt Hardy. And it came down to the 2 guys that I think we all thought was going to happen. And Ricky getting the win, this is huge for him. I mean, Ricky they're building him up, and they're building him up really good. And he's now a viable contender to MJF. And the promo afterwards, I mean, he fucking nuked MJF on the mic. I mean, he took him to school. And that's another reason why we love Absolute Ricky Starks. This guy can do it in the ring. He can do it on the mic. And this guy's stock is rising fast. And I can't wait for the match coming up. I mean, I think it's going to be a really good match. I mean, Ricky might be the one that carries MJF throughout the match. I mean, MJF is a decent wrestler, but he's not going to set the world on fire. But I think it's going to be a good match, and this was a good way to open up Dynamite this week.
Yeah, Cesar. I mean, Ricky Starks was already the number 1 contender, and now he's going after that Dynamite Diamond Ring winner take all match at Winter is Coming. But what did you think of the opening to Dynatrash?
This is the best opening of Dynatrash they ever did. You know why? Because they started with the man's music. Man, not Jungle Jackass. No, they started with Ricky Starks' music. That was the first music you heard. So therefore, that goes down as the best. Revolution will not be televised. That cracker came out there stretching shit, getting up on the rope, hitting that shit, playing that air guitar shit, hitting that. Yeah, getting the crowd hype. Freaking stocks like only he can. Then cut the promo of his life. Said that nigga smelled like paint thinner and ass. Nigga, do you do paint thinner and ass? Who puts that shit together? Paint thinner already smells like watered down gasoline, and then put ass. Then Ricky said, "Don't dress. You don't even dress better than me." Said your shoes is horrible, shirts is too baggy, pants look like shit. I'm paraphrasing, but in my mind now the blackness was coming out. Oh, that nigga smelled like paint thinner and ass had me on my. I paused it. I literally paused it. I laughed for 5 minutes. I wrote in the chat, paint thinner and ass. Just go watch that shit. That whole promo was great. Told Max he dresses like an asshole, which he does. Y'all know Ricky Starr puts on the suit when he wants. He's probably the only face that really puts on a suit. Suits are usually revealed for heels. Ricky puts on the suit. Fucking coming out there looking like $1 million, wrestling like $1 million. And yeah, old Maxi Pad kicked him in the dick, and then Ricky speared the trash out of him, spilled the paint thinner right out of his ass. But yeah, this is a great rise to Ricky Stark. But the only thing is, Max is such a new champion. This is shit because we know Max is going to win. I would have rather had them wrestle twice, and Ricky postpone the heavyweight championship match and wrestle for the diamond ring and actually beat Max, so that you think there is a chance he could take the title off of him and then lose that match. That would be better as a storytelling than combine them. What was going to happen if somebody else won the shit? Was it going to be a triple threat? Because we all knew Ricky won the #1 contendership tournament bullshit. He beat all Ego to do that shit. And now he beat Ego to win this shit. So you're obviously trying to set up Ego and Ricky as a program, but you're trying to set up Ricky and Max as a program. This is where y'all be fucking up. Y'all putting too many goddamn programs together. And there's no long-term booking. They're just gonna fight for both next week? Huh? That's what it's supposed to be? Because I'm the GOAT and I can keep winning matches? Because I got the stroke right now and I'm the GOAT. Ricky Starks. Revolution will not be televised. Yeah, I show up on this bullshit show every week. Television. Dumb nigga. Tony. Let me know, nigga. Tweet at me. Julius, get your bitch ass out of here. It's Wednesday. Get your bitch ass out of here. So you got to go, Ricky Starks. You can have set this up so beautifully. Postpone the heavyweight championship match. Right? Put it later. Put it in January. We're gonna have some dumbass new Revolution years bullshit. Like you wrestle for the diamond ring. At least Ricky can get the diamond ring, so he got it off of Max. Because he's not gonna win the title, Max is gonna be a little bitch about it and keep the title, even though Ricky Starks is hot right now. Hot, maybe. Sell all the merch.
Like you said,
rather should have done that bullshit instead of doing this all-in-one match right now.
Like you said, he beat All Ego to get the #1 contender spot. He beat All Ego to get the diamond ring opportunity. Now this gives an excuse because MJF does have the firm to watch his back. But now they
hate him though. They haven't said their alignment.
It makes perfect sense now because Ricky is about to win, or Ricky spears MJF, has him pinned. Before a second ref comes out, here comes All Ego, hits him in the head with a chair, or gets the diamond ring and punches Ricky, gives Ricky a way to lose without making him look weak. MJF pins. MJF is going to be, I'm guessing, on top for a while, but you're correct. The timing of this could not be shittier for old Ricky Starks. But I digress. Up next, Mox backstage promo. He likes Hangman now because they fight. It's a TNT championship match with the most obvious outcome in the history of wrestling. Samoa Joe versus Darby Mosquito. Tony mentions Darby defeated Cody Rhodes for the TNT title last year. Meanwhile, Vintage Joe, avoiding a Darby lawn dart on the outside, pretty much annihilates him on the outside of the ring. Power slam on exposed concrete. This is scenario A. This is me talking. This is scenario A. Darby versus Big Guy. He gets murdered the whole match, makes a small comeback, then loses unless it's a coffin match. That's exactly what happens. Joe retains with Coquina clutch. Darby gets up and screams he's still standing. Joe then hits the muscle buster on his skateboard, wheels up. Chokes him out some more. Wardlow for the save. Tony backstage with Orange Cassidy and Kip Sabian. Kip too injured to fight on Rampage. Kip gets to choose Orange Cassidy's opponent for the All Atlantic Championship that Styx watched. I did too. Cesar, what did you think of Samoa Joe versus Darby Allin?
Funny thing is, did you know that's the same arena where he beat Ego Page in that coffin match?
They probably mentioned it, but I was barely.
They did mention it. That's the only part I really heard about that match. That's why I was just like, you're just thought. But yeah, Darby overshot that one lawn dart. Fucking ran his dumbass into the cement. Ate the cement. Joe picked up the cement. Ate that shit. Yeah, overall king of television. Yeah, just whooping on Darby's monkey ass. I was surprised Joe even sold to him at all. I was really surprised. I was like, good on Joe. I know Joe could sell like that. That skinny ass cracker. Good for you, Joe. Good for you, Joe. Showing growth. Yeah, muscle bust that nigga on the board with the wick. That white boy crazy. What drugs is he on? Besides being white, I know Coke Cassidy is a good drug on its own to do some crazy white boy shit like that. That nigga's spine gonna be hurt. His spine gonna be wrecked like them skinny white bitches that be taking 13-inch black pipe on Pornhub. That shit gonna be ruined, bro. I don't know how y'all Sticks. That's your people's, man. I don't know how y'all white boys do it. That shit gave me back-itis, and I was watching from home lit. Because you know I wasn't watching that trash. So, but yeah, Darby crazy. Joe likes to kill people. Joe versus Wardlow gonna be some ass. Might as well get some paint thinner and ass for that shit too. That's the theme of the night: paint thinner and ass.
There ain't no way Darby's fitting that big Samoan asshole in a coffin. By the way, Sticks, your thoughts on the Samoa Joe versus Darby, and tell us a brief summary of what happened on Rampage with old Orange Cassidy and his mystery opponent.
Well, I'll talk about this match first. The Samoa Joe walk away from an opponent doing
Always
a move.
classic.
Always good. I mean, him even doing it back in Impact and TNA. So good. I mean, like you guys said, we all knew what was going to happen during this match. Cesar, I'm a white guy. I had to put a heating pad on my back after I saw what all Darbs had happen to him. I mean, I hurt my back just watching it. I mean, I don't know if this kid got that adamantium Wolverine shit halfway through on his skeleton.
You got that LeBron James vibranium, nigga. That's why he's still playing basketball from back. I don't know what that shit is, bro.
Man, he got them Goth Panther powers, man. I don't know what the hell he's got. But I mean, it was an okay match, but I mean, we knew what it was. Samoa Joe put him through the ringer. And on Friday, Kip Sabian picked a man that all of us know from previous WWE years, from NXT UK. Yes, like Mangry is doing. A man who was a part of a tag team of Mustache Mountain. Trent Seven was the man that Kip Sabian picked. And this was a different kind of Trent Seven. I mean, he didn't come out with the hand waves. He came out with the purpose. He laid the chops into Orange. He beat him up, and Orange was still able to pull out the victory. Finding out that Kip Sabian wasn't really all that much injured. Attacked Orange after the match. There's somehow that now there might be some kind of chemistry, maybe a bond, a teaming of Trent and Kip. But yeah, it was a little different seeing Kip Sabian on ATW. That was something I didn't see coming. But hey, if they're handing out the paychecks, go get it. Go get it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I had Sticks.
Get paid.
I had Sticks give you guys a summary of it because that match was ass. Up next, Claude Yuta versus Danny Garcia and Hagar. Mox and Claude's corner, Sammy and JAS corner. I'm guessing this is a time killer match, so Hangman can attack Mox again, which happened on Rampage instead. Claude with an awkward top rope hurricane rod to Hagar. Hagar lands badly. This is an okay match. I'm not invested at all, though. Claude hits an uppercut to Hagar for the win. Tony in-ring interviews them along with Mox. Tony plays an interview he did with Regal a few weeks back. Regal explains why he did what he did, so MJF would have a target on his back. Regal says the Blackpool Combat Club did not need him. They'll make Wheeler into the best wrestler in the world. You're funny, Regal. This dude got jokes before he leaves. Says his goodbye, basically. Mox on the mic doesn't really acknowledge Regal's comments. He plugs Final Battle and Rampage. Black Magic crack a shit promo. Meh. Sticks. What did you think? Claude and Yuta versus Danny and Hagar, and then Regal's farewell.
I mean, this is an okay match. I mean, I think essentially you have a match like this. That way you can plug the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, but also you can shoehorn that last interview in of Regal. So, I mean, it was an okay match. Claudio and Wheeler were going to get the win. I mean, Danny Garcia was the only guy from the other side that was actually decent in the match. Jake Hager. I mean, the guy just needs to be the muscle outside the ring for JS. He's not that great of a wrestler. I would have rather seen him put somebody else in this match. You could have threw one of the 2.0 guys in this match, and it might have even been a little bit better for the JAS. But it was an okay match, and we get the interview afterwards. I mean, now we know Riggs is gone. I mean, he did the Blackpool Kitty Club, got him as far as he could, and now it's time for Mox and Claudio and Danny to mold young Wheels into a wrestling killing machine. So it was okay. I mean, I'm looking forward to hearing about Regal head back to WWE and see what he does backstage. So all in all, I mean, it was an okay segment.
I think I can predict this one, Sticks. I think Cesar is reaching for his good book. I think he's
No,
somewhere
I was on
around
my
here,
phone.
chapter 6.
I watched this trash.
What?
I watched this trash.
Oh my God. What'd you think?
You heard me say trash, right?
Okay, moving on.
No. The only interesting part was Regal trying to say that, hey, like, I still taught you a lesson, Mox. Always be ready for anything. Yeah. they're gonna make Wheeler Yuta the best wrestler. Dang it.
He is funny. He is funny.
Fuck out of here. I think they threw another hat at Claudio again. The disrespect that Wheeler Yuta music hasn't been used in like the last 6 times he's been on TV because he's been with Claudio. Claudio's music keeps getting used, and if he tags with Claudio keeps getting the pin, and they just play his music. So the disrespect that's going to be the next best wrestler by getting trained by them assholes. Yeah. Moving on.
Up next, Tony sit down with Hayter. Hayter says the winner between the Bunny and Sheeta will face her for the AEW Women's Championship, which takes place on Rampage, which Styx will tell us about. That bitch, Jade Cargill, Red Velvet, and Layla Gray versus Sky Blue, Madison Rayne, and Kiera Hogan. AEW botches on the edge of their seat watching Red Velvet. Tranny Manson, the rotten roast beef in this meat buffet match. Kira got some shots in on Jade and the baddies. Madison gets jaded as that bitch gets the pinfall. Jade looks pissed at Red Velvet because she sucks. Tony with Saraya in the back gets interrupted by the doctor. The doctor challenges Saraya to a tag match. She'll have Hayter. Saraya wants Tony. Nope, she's the property of DMD. Cesar, your thoughts on the Hayter sit down, the 6-bitch tag, and Saraya with the doctor trying to tug a war with Tony.
Maybe Hayter sounds weird. I'm like, I don't know. I don't like her accent. Everybody else's accent sounds fine. I don't like her.
Do you
So I
want me
skipped
to,
most of it.
do you want me to respond to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think Hager should talk.
Yeah, okay. You're right. You're right.
She's
Um,
very green when it comes to promos, but as far as wrestling, she's on point.
So I've been working on some stuff in my free time. And this is a Christmas card. And it says, oh, I'm talking about the next match.
Okay.
And it says, players, look left and look right. And then open it up real tight. So reveal the greatest line out of the greatest book of all time. Caesar 632, you know what to do. Hey, dog. I ain't watching that shit.
I don't blame you. What about Tony with the tug of war with
You know I'm watching the doc. Come on, man. I gotta watch the doc. That's my girl. PMV. Yeah, they just talking shit. So I'm fine with it.
Sticks? Your thoughts on Haters promo skills? Not in front of a crowd. 6 bitch tag and the tug of war with Tony Schiavone.
Not to call them hoes no bitches.
6 of them.
I'm glad Jamie's getting some singles TV time. I mean, she does need to work on her promo skills.
6'3",
There's only really one way you can do that. So you're gonna go through stuff like this to enable her to work on it. So I wasn't mad at it. I'm a hater. So I like her. I like it. Anytime she gets on TV, I'm okay with it. Six woman tag match is alright. I mean, you got the baddies and Jade on TV. You're getting Madison Rain on TV. You got the built-in feud with Kira and Jade. You know, you had Red Velvet with the botches. I mean, you essentially had it all. So I mean, it was I mean,
but the best part of that match I could watch on Twitter. All I gotta do is follow AEW botches.
Yeah, it'd be a lot more entertaining too, probably. And then the Doctor and Tony and Saraya. I mean, I think this is when we might possibly. I'm going to say it as a surprise. I think Mercedes, Sasha Banks. I think she's going to be Saraya's surprise partner. I think that's who it's going to be possibly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a good backstage promo. You get Tony with the Doctor, Tony going back and forth with Saraya. It's I mean, Doctor got on TV, so it was all good.
I could just picture Caesar at home as soon as the 6 bitch tag came on. He put it on mute. He reaches for a fucking construction paper, folds it in half. He's sitting there trying to think of fucking rhymes to tell us on the tripod.
I literally just made that up right now. But I know I won't watch that match.
Up next, the AEW Tag Team Champions, The Acclaimed, with Daddy Ass versus FTR. Caster's Rap, I think your name stands for Find the Remote. That was good shit. We finally get to see the Acclaimed wrestle, defend their titles even.
On Wednesday.
That's right. The Acclaimed get better and better in the ring. Extra confidence with being the champs, facing a top team that never defend their titles. Scissor Me Timbers always cracks me up. Disrespectful double sharpshooter applied to FTR, and I love it. This is a good main event because we have all been waiting for these teams to compete in a match that matters, and they can all go. I don't know if you're like me and praying these guys don't get injured during this match because everyone seems to get injured every week. Tons of near falls, a couple of miscues and timing issues, but this was awesome. Caster wins and retains after reversing a jackknife pin attempt from Cash. Group scissoring afterwards. The Ass Boys on Tron. It's going to be a double dog collar match challenge from them boys, the Briscoes, at Final Battle. Decent main event sticks. We get the Acclaimed and FTR, the two most entertaining teams on AT Dub. What did you think of this main event?
Oh, it was a good main event. The Acclaimed are getting better and better as a tag team, and being able to go up against FTR and hold their own shows that, I mean, they're ready to go. I mean, Max and those guys outside the ring, the promos are stuff. They do a good job on it. The scissoring, they got all the stuff outside the ring. It's just a matter of tightening up stuff in the ring, and they've been doing that. So, I mean, this is a really good main event. You had two really good teams, one up and coming, and this was a good springboard, a good shine match for the Acclaimed every Wednesday tag team champions. So, all in all, it was a good way to end the show.
Very high praise because everybody loves the Acclaim. Caesar, the main event of Dynatrash. Did you watch this or fall asleep?
I watch this shit. You think I'm not gonna watch some niggas come out here and scissor and beat up some crackers? You know, there was four tag team titles in this goddamn match. So three of them never get defended, but there was four of them in there. Yeah, grab. You know, what did he say? What did he say about the remote?
He said FTR stands for Find the Remote.
The remote, yeah, crazy. Yeah, daddy ass out there, daddy assing. Just getting scissored in the middle of the match, getting all hyped, Taz laughing. He's like, God damn, yeah, I'm trying to put a gun out there and he gets the scissoring with them boys. It's like electricity just bounces through his body. So yeah, Billy out there doing Billy things. Yeah, it's great match. Great match. Reversals going around for big rigs and shit. You know, kicking out, Bowen's kicking out late in the match. Didn't even think he had it in him anymore. I thought this maybe was gonna. I didn't think they were gonna lose him this quick, but like this was a great match, and they should have saved this for a pay per view. I know FTR is like number 2 or number 1, and motherfuckers got the titles, but like for a banger as that shit was, they should have saved that shit for a pay per view. Or if FTR's got a pay per view match on. Well, they had a pay per view match on Saturday, right?
We're gonna
like,
talk about it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. They had a pay per view match Friday, and then they're having this great ass match Wednesday on this trash ass Dynamite, which had a great opener and a great ending. The shit sandwich was in the middle, just 2 pieces of bread, and somebody just took a shit in the middle. But yeah, it was just a banger ass match. Yeah, they had the group scissor at the end because they're technically all faces. And it's respect bound going around. But yeah, this was a really good ass match. I can't be mad at that. And the niggas won in the main event, and the nigga should have won in the main event of NXT. Well, we won't talk about that because it's Wednesday. That's what that means.
Well, that's it, folks. Next week is Winter is Coming. We decided not to do predictions since only 4 matches were announced, and most of them are garbage, except for the main event. Our boy Ricky Starks versus MJF for the winner take all. We will tune into that and watch it and shit on it properly, as always. But Caesar had mentioned earlier there was a pay-per-view on Saturday that I am so glad Stix did not order. I hopped on the Twitter and saw all the spoilers. So some of the things I would like to talk about. Really bad week for FTR. They lost to the Acclaim. And then they went on to lose the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships to them boys, lightening the load of FTR now. Stix, did you see any highlights of that match or want to talk about it?
I didn't see very much. I just saw there was a bunch of blood, man, which of course with a double dog collar match you're gonna have. But I mean, I'm assuming it was a really good match. I think the only thing I saw was I think one of FTR pulled one of the Briscoes off, and he jumped off the top rope out onto the outside into like a pile of chairs. That's the only thing I saw. So I was like, that might have been the only match that would have been worth maybe paying to watch. But outside that, I mean, it wasn't that great of a card. But I mean, FTR and the Briscoes, they're gonna put on a good show, and I'm assuming that they really did. So
It Cesar, I don't know if you caught this or not on Twitter, but like Stick said, there's a whole lot of blood. All 4 dudes were busted, including the ref. The ref was busted. He looked like he bladed himself. He had blood coming down his face as well. Everyone was bleeding.
Fuck. How the ref gonna get busted in the match?
I don't know, but I wasn't about to pay any money to see it.
No, man, I'm going to the free site and I'm gonna skip to that damn match. Oh, I did see the old Cat Piss is the new ROH Women's Champion, right? She beat old Mercedes.
Athena took out Eminem, that bitch. I'm again so glad none of us paid anything to see that hot garbage. However, Cesar, did you see the other highlight of, for the first time ever, to the best of my memory, somebody tapped out to the big swing? Jericho lost his Ring of Honor championship because he tapped out to Claudio's King of Swing move.
What did he swing the nigga 50 times?
I didn't even know that was a submission. This motherfucker tapped to the big swing.
Well, I guess if you're about to throw up from being dizzy, you could tap out. In theory, you could tap out to anything. In theory, if a motherfucker hung you upside down and all the blood's rushing to your head on an upside down suplex, you probably could tap out.
You know, the next time Hater cuts a promo, I'm going to tap out. But, I mean, Cesar, if you want a quick chuckle, just see what happened there.
So you mean Claudio has the ROH championship again?
Claudio is Ring of Honor.
Jericho's reign of terror is over like that? Like what, 2 months?
The Ocho is Dano. Stix, did you see that? And what are your thoughts on that?
He's going to be the Hitler 9.
The only thing I'm going to say is that it would be Jericho at this stage that would tap to the swing.
Don't give a fuck, bro. Don't give a fuck no more.
He ain't gonna take nothing. He don't want to be in that swing for 5-10 minutes. Yeah, I'm out. I gotta go warm my vocal cords up. Fozzy and me got a bar concert to go to here in like half hour, 45 minutes. So
was that cracker even on television this week at all? Did he show up on Rampage?
Jericho?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think he showed up on Dynamite.
No. On Dynamite, he cut like one of those, like he was in the middle of traveling on it. He cut like a cell phone promo and sent it in to fucking Dynamite. They played it on the Tron.
Yeah, I missed that shit. I fast forward.
I didn't even mention it. That's how stupid it was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was about to say, because I didn't know.
2 last notes. 2 very impressive finishers I saw. Well, oh, by the way, according to the AEW stands, the modern day Rockin' Austin, Wheeler Yuta and Danny Garcia. Yeah, Yuta has regained the Pure Championship. No one cares.
He won?
But what I do care about was Top Flight had a match as well. And they only show the finisher they did, a new tag team finisher that was pretty fucking cool. If you see that in your feed.
They took on the Kingdom, didn't they? Was that against the Kingdom?
Yeah.
That's on free. That's on YouTube. I think they did that on Zero Dark. I think that's on the pre-show.
Well, that right there, that 5-second clip was probably better than the entire fucking card. Well, besides the double dog collar match, I'm sure that was good as well. But an honorable mention, a woman I've shit on quite frequently on the tripod. Has a new finisher as well from NXT. On Level Up, we saw Sol Ruka, the woman with the drywall titties, hit like a fucking backflip RKO cutter as her new finisher. Cesar sent it to the chat too. That was a pretty cool move. I got to give her props for that. But Cesar, when you saw that, what was the first thing you thought?
I was drunk. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this bitch got moves. She be like on some fuckery when she be getting just mollywopped on NXT. But I was like, all right, they letting her show some shit on Level Up. But I saw it, I was like, first I was like, what the fuck? And I watched it again. I was like, yeah, bitch, okay, you might be able to wrestle. I see why they signed your bitch ass to that contract. So I was like, that's pretty lit. And then I sent
Sticks, thoughts on that? Did you check it out?
Yeah, really good for her. I mean, hopefully this is, hopefully she can start showing it on NXT while taking a loss. So no, that's a nice little finisher for her. I mean, hopefully it's something that we see a little bit more on regular NXT television.
Yeah, she'll attempt it, miss it, and then Zoe will hit her with a knee and pin her.
hit her with that damn knee and pin her. Yep.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, listening. I appreciate it. I have seen the new subscribers. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the APPW content as well. All that shit will keep coming in, keep flowing. As long as y'all are entertained, I'll be here to kill time and entertain you. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. We always give that big ups to Stallion Pete.